6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has vowed to reduce the tax burden on the common man by broadening the tax net. The Information Minister says India has failed to share any evidence linking Pakistan to the Pahalgam incident. Pakistan has categorically rejected the Indian Prime Minister's inflammatory assertions. ISPR says 40 civilians and 11 personnel of the Pakistan Armed Forces embraced martyrdom in the Indian aggression on the night of 6th and 7th May. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 3 Kashmiri youths in a fake encounter in Shopaiya district today. The American president arrived in Saudi Arabia today in the first leg of a 4-day visit to the Gulf region. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has vowed to reduce the tax burden on the common man through broadening the tax net. He expressed the resolve while presiding over a review meeting on increasing the tax net and tax collection of the Federal Board of Revenue in Islamabad today. He directed that individuals and sectors capable of paying taxes must be brought into the tax net. Shahbaz Sharif directed the relevant authorities to take strict action against individuals and sectors involved in tax evasion. He also directed for strict accountability of officers and personnel assisting the tax evaders and to utilize modern technology to stop tax evasion. The Prime Minister also directed to complete the digital monitoring of cement and other sectors by next month. He directed to ensure the recovery of the nation's money by effectively pursuing the pending tax-related cases. The Prime Minister said the economy is stable and heading toward further progress. He called for collective efforts for the country's development. The Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Ataullah Tarar, says the recent ceasefire between Pakistan and India is a result of the diplomatic efforts of different countries. In an interview with Sky News, he said the Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif expressed his gratitude to President Donald Trump, who played a pivotal role in the ceasefire. Ataullah Tarar said President Donald Trump, in his second tweet, made it clear that he wants resolution to major issues between India and Pakistan, and he specifically mentioned the Kashmir issue. The minister said Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif also thanked the leadership of China, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Turkey and Qatar, which also played a key role in the ceasefire. He said the Director Generals of Military Operations of Pakistan and India have contacted each other. The minister said India has failed to share any evidence linking Pakistan to the Pahalgam incident. Pakistan has categorically rejected the provocative and inflammatory assertions made by the Indian Prime Minister in his address yesterday. The Foreign Office, in a statement today, said at a time when the international efforts are being made for regional peace and stability, this statement represents a dangerous escalation rooted in misinformation, political opportunism, and a blatant disregard for international law. This statement also reflects a propensity to fabricate misleading narratives to justify aggression. The Foreign Office said Pakistan remains committed to the recent ceasefire understanding and taking necessary steps towards de-escalation and regional stability. The Foreign Office said the ceasefire was achieved as a result of the facilitation of several friendly countries which contacted Pakistan with a message of de-escalation. It said the portrayal of Pakistan as seeking a ceasefire in despair and frustration is yet another blatant lie. The Foreign Office further said the Pahalgam attack is being exploited without credible evidence to malign Pakistan and justify military adventurism. Moreover, India is justifying the cold-blooded murder of innocent civilians, mostly women and children, as well as its highly irresponsible brickmanship as the new normal for the region. The Foreign Office said Pakistan totally rejects this assertion. The normal remains that no one will be allowed to challenge the principles and purposes of the United Nations Charter, as amply demonstrated by Pakistan in resolutely defending its sovereignty. The statement said Pakistan's response to the Indian aggression was calibrated and targeted against military installations. The Foreign Office further said Pakistan will take all necessary measures to preserve its rights under the Indus Water Treaty. Regarding the long-standing Kashmir issue, the Foreign Office said Pakistan has always supported the peaceful resolution of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute in accordance with the United Nations Security Council resolutions and the aspirations of the Kashmiri people. The Foreign Office said Pakistan hopes that India will prioritize regional stability and the well-being of its citizens over the narrow, politically motivated jingoism. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. 40 civilians, including 7 women and 15 children, were martyred and 121 others injured in the unprovoked and reprehensible dastardly Indian attacks on the night of 6th and 7th May. In response to this grave aggression, Pakistan's armed forces mounted a resolute response under the banner of Marka-e-Haq, delivering precise and not retributive strikes through Operation Bunyanum Marsus. While defending the motherland with exemplary valor, 11 personnel of the Pakistan Armed Forces embraced martyrdom and 78 were wounded. The ISPR statement reiterated that the nation remains resolute in the face of aggression, categorically stating that there should be no ambiguity that any attempt to challenge Pakistan's sovereignty or territorial integrity ever again shall be met with a swift, full spectrum and decisive response. The President Asif Ali Zardari and the Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif had paid glowing tribute to the martyrs of Marka-e-Haq who sacrificed their lives for the country. In the separate statements today, they said Pakistani nation and the armed forces remained like a steel wall against the Indian aggression. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 3 Kashmiri youth in a fake encounter in Chupaiya district today. The Indian troops martyred the youth during a cordon and search operation in Keller Shukru area of the district. However, locals, while talking to the media, contradicted the police officer's claim, saying that the youth were picked up and subsequently killed in a fake encounter by the troops in the district. Meanwhile, the Indian forces continued violent raids in Srinagar, barging into homes and confiscating bank documents, mobile phones, laptops and valuables under the Draconian Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Residents were harassed, property damaged, and there were reports about theft of gold and cash during the raids. Brussels-based Kashmir Council Europe has welcomed the American President Donald Trump's offer of mediation on the Kashmir issue. The Kashmir Council Europe's chairman Ali Raza Sayed, in a statement, urged the American president to immediately implement his proposal so that the Kashmir issue could be resolved peacefully in accordance with the aspirations of the Kashmiri people. The American President Donald Trump arrived in Saudi Arabia today at the start of a 4-day visit to the Gulf region. He was welcomed at the King Khalid International Airport in Riyadh by the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. The Crown Prince and President Donald Trump exchanged warm greetings during a brief reception at the airport's Royal Lounge. Cricket. The Pakistan Cricket Board has announced the resumption of the Pakistan Super League from Saturday. In a post on X today, the Pakistan Cricket Board chairman Mohsin Naqvi confirmed that the grand final of the event will be played on the 25th of this month. And finally, the weather report. Hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, partly cloudy weather with rain, wind and thunderstorm is expected at isolated places in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.